A very good afternoon to you. You are watching Lunchtime News on News First. I'm Chaturanga Hapwarachi. Before we head into the stories in detail, let's take a look at the headlines.
President's former Chief of Staff and former Director of the Timber Corporation further remanded over bribery scandal. Heavy showers to continue throughout the day, says the Met Department. Railway trade unions commence strike action from 12 noon, citing several demands. US President Donald Trump announces US will withdraw from Iran nuclear deal.
On to those stories in detail now. The Judicial Amendment Bill is to be presented to Parliament later today. News First parliamentary correspondent Amarasri Bandara joins us from the Parliament.
The Judicial Amendment Bill is to be presented to Parliament today. The objective of this is to expedite the judicial process. Through this, it is expected that cases are not postponed. Cases which come under bribery and corruption and cases that needs a decision fast will not be postponed. That is what is expected through this bill.
Railway trade union said they have decided to launch an island-wide strike from noon today as the authorities have failed to provide a solution to their demands. 4 railway trade unions gave authorities a deadline until 12 noon today to solve their issues. 4 trade unions include the Railway Guard Union, Train Controllers Union, Railway Station Masters Union and the Railway Engine Drivers Union. Speaking to News First a short while ago, the convener of the Railway Professional Trade Union Alliance, Janaka Fernando, said the discussions with Minister Sarath Amulgama and the Deputy Minister of Transport and the representatives of the trade unions were unsuccessful. Moving on to more local news, JVP Provincial Councillor Samantha Vidyaratna convened a media briefing to speak about the current political situation.
When there is a crisis within the UNP, Ranil Wickremesinghe raised white flags. He said that he will resign from the leadership and grant powers to others. That is what he has been doing. What happened at the end? When the white flags are raised, the UNP parliamentarians who are fighting think everything will work out. They take a step back. The so-called fighters in the UNP have no shame. What did Ranil do? He said he will resign from the leadership. He said a leadership generation will be created. He asked for the help of all of them to win the no-confidence motion. The people who were fighting gave their votes to protect Ranil Wickremesinghe. What has happened now? Are you not ashamed? Ranil Wickremesinghe set the trap and he called the working committee and gave his affiliates positions. Ranil Wickremesinghe has devoured the UNP and the UNP can't solve the problems of the people.
On to one of our headline-making stories now. President's former Chief of Staff IHK Mahanama and the former Chairman of the State Timber Corporation Piyasena Disanayake, who were arrested for soliciting a bribe of 20 million rupees, have been further remanded until the 22nd of this month. The order was issued when the suspects were produced before the Colombo 4th Additional Magistrate Saman Sri Ragala. The lawyers representing the first defendant, IHK Mahanama, said their client is suffering from a serious heart condition as well as asthma. A request was made that the defendant be remanded only for a week. Objecting the request, the Bribery Commission said that if bail was granted to the defendant, it would hamper the investigations. Taking these points into consideration, the magistrate ordered that the suspects be remanded until the 22nd. In more local news, the investigations of the Human Rights Commission into the incidents that transpired in Kandy commenced today.
The Commission said oral and written evidence will be recorded from eyewitnesses as well as victims. The recording of evidence will be done on the 12th of this month. If the human rights of any party have been violated in the incident, revealing those who were responsible is the objective of these investigations. 27 suspects who have been arrested in connection to the incident remain in remand custody.
On some weather news now, steps have been taken to evacuate 64 families in the Dambathannawatta and Mausagolla in Haputale due to landslide warnings issued owing to the incessant rainfall.
Assistant Director of the Badula District Disaster Management Centre ELM Uday Kumar said 8 families were evacuated last evening. The National Building Research Organisation has also taken action by forming a special team of officials to analyse areas prone to landslides in Badula District. Senior geologist of the NBRO HLM Indra Tilaka said 35 teams of analysts have been assigned for this task. He added the teams of analysts have been deployed to the central, Sabaragamuwa, western and southern provinces. Meanwhile, Deputy Director of the Mahavali Authority Sujeeva Gunasekara said the 3 sluice gates of the Udavalava Reservoir, which were opened due to heavy rainfall, have been closed off. The Met Department also predicts rainfall of around 100 millimeters across many districts, including the central and Sabaragamuwa districts. Coastal areas spanning from Mana to Chilo, Colombo, Galle and Hambantota will also experience heavy rainfall.
A fire had broken out in a duty-free shop at the Katunayake airport this morning. Police say the fire was doused by the fire extinguishing unit of the Katunayake airport and the Sri Lanka Air Force. Police said the incident will not affect airport operations. Police investigations into the incident are underway. The Narcotics Bureau of the Bandaranaike International Airport has arrested a woman while possessing a stock of gold worth 2.6 million rupees. Customs spokesperson Sunil Jayaratne said that 431.85 grams of gold was seized. The 40-year-old suspect had arrived in the country from Dubai. She is a resident of the Kuliapiti area. Further investigations into the incident are underway. That's a wrap of Lunch Prime Time News. Join us again at 9 tonight on our Prime Time News Bulletin. We'll also keep you updated throughout the day on our Live at 55 news updates as well. I've been Chaturanga Hapawarachi. Thank you for watching.